How's everybody going? This is the Super League preview show. My name is Sal Ferrugia. I am with my roommate and House Targaryen captain, Zach Corman.
Hello, everybody.
And the new 2015 LA Kick Player of the Year, Colleen Moore.
Hey guys.
Alright guys, how are we doing?
Good.
Pretty good.
Feeling good?
Last night we had the gala, and Colleen became our 2015 champion. Well deserved.
Yep.
Thank you.
What'd you guys think of the gala?
It was fun.
Yeah, it was super fun. We took the limo out there. It was like a nice,
ballin'.
Didn't have to worry about driving or anything. So we, had a couple adult beverages. It was a lot of
It was a little
fun.
pre-party party.
What'd you think of that DJ?
Oh, Mike Pataglia is hands down the worst DJ in America. But despite his horribleness, it was still a fun party. So.
It was fun. Keep playing good stuff.
Good times with the gala.
Yeah.
But today we're here to talk about the Super League. This is our third Super League. The Super League's kind of designed a smaller season. So we only have 4 teams. Each team has 12 people, 7 guys, 5 girls to a team. We play 7 innings, doubleheader, short season, condensed. We play the month of November. We play for 4 Tuesdays. And this year, we did something new. Usually the teams are team signups individual. This time we had our first ever draft league. Now we've done the draft format before for some tournaments. Whenever we do that, the games are always super close.
Mm-hmm.
I found that although those tournaments are only 5 innings, for the Sizzler, every game was decided by 1 run. So
Yeah.
what do you guys think of the format?
I personally love it. I love the, I had the chance to be a captain, which was awesome. So I love the, the pre-planning and the strategy for the draft. Breaking it down into, tiers of players and stuff.
It's like real life fantasy football.
Yeah.
If every kid's dream is to become a Madden GM and run a team, this is kind of like real life fantasy.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I'm such a nerd for that stuff anyway, so it's just right up my alley,
Now, Colleen, you were not a captain. You just kind of put your name in.
Mm-hmm.
So going in, were you nervous of who's going to pick you?
Not really.
There is a risk though, because you
Yeah.
could end up on a team of not only people you don't like, but people you don't think are very good either.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to play a shortstop, you might be picked by a team that has a shortstop always too.
Right.
So what's the mindset of a player that
Mm-hmm.
signs up for this league?
Well, I think the risk is you don't know who's going to be on your team, so.
Yeah.
And it's also, I like that it was a draft because it's not always one-sided, and you kind of have to, in the regular season, in the regular league, we get to choose our team, so you know who's actually on your team.
Mhm.
You have a solid group of friends, but I like playing with new players and, just kind of mixing it up and keeping it not one-sided, so everyone kind of.
Yeah, it's a new thing
games,
too.
yeah.
Usually for your Tuesday and Thursday teams, you've been on the same team for every single year, right?
Well, on Tuesday, yes. On Thursday, I've kind of bounced around a little bit.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
on Tuesday, I've been with the same team since the beginning of the
Yeah,
league.
usually you play with people and you just play with them and you stick with them. But this kind of is cool. So I'm playing with John Clossy. I've never played with him before.
Clossy, yeah.
Nick, never played with Nick before. Matt once, Carlos. So it's kind of cool to play with a whole new set of people also.
Right, you get to mix it up, which is fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too.
But let's get into it then. What do we think of these teams?
I think overall, generally, they're all pretty even.
Well, why don't we go by team?
Okay.
Right? So let's start with your team. This is the team that Zach drafted.
Yeah, I was really happy with the way my draft went. I had a pretty defined strategy going in.
Yep.
And I think I executed it the way I wanted.
So what is the strategy there?
Well, I wanted to at the top of the draft go for people that I felt were real difference makers.
Okay, sure.
So early on in the draft, I loaded up on guys. I kind of eschewed picking girls early in the draft.
Okay.
And I went with a couple of guys who I think are very, very strong. My first 3 picks were Nick, you, and John. So and I feel like those are guys that could really produce runs.
Sure.
Because I think the hardest thing in kickball to do is to produce runs, and
Right.
I think those guys are are all run producers.
Yeah. You know, when I look at the lists of everybody, it's like everybody here, they could catch a fly ball. Everybody here could probably get a single, but like, is a guy like Nick can make a play at third base that other people can't make. Or, you know, John in the outfield can make an outfield play and get it in that other people can't make. So you're right, those guys can elevate your game the way an average player can't make that. They make more than the routine player, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, those guys are all difference makers. And then in the middle rounds, I kind of concentrated on loading up my girls, and I think I have a real solid group there.
And one thing you did, which I got to compliment also, is that you kind of, for those last 2, 3, and 4 rounds, because of the guy-girl ratio, sometimes you don't get to pick people, you just have to take people. And you did a good job of positioning yourself so you're able to get the guys and the girls you wanted in the later rounds and not being backed into a corner, having to pick 3 girls in a row because you left the girls to the end of the draft. Like you forecasted that pretty well.
Yeah, no, I think it really worked out pretty much exactly how I wanted it to.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with my team. I think we're really strong.
Excellent.
I think you do a good team, yeah.
Pretty well balanced. Like we have people who play the infield, people who play the outfield,
Right.
and yeah, I think we have the potential to take down the whole.
All right. I
You have a lot
mean,
of good players,
you got a 1 in 4
so-
chance, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Colleen. We'll do your team now. Just a quick rundown. This is Evan's team. I call it the wild card team.
Why is that?
Why is it? Well, he's got Felipe. It's his very first season. Justin, it's
Wow.
only his 3rd season. He just started playing in the summer. He's also has Tom Macedonia. A lot of people don't know this guy. He took this league off because he went to Europe.
He was on
But-
my Thursday team last year.
Right. So I only know a little bit of these
Okay.
guys, and
Mhm.
I guarantee you Evan doesn't know them at all, really.
Right.
So he kind of put his faith in some names that he kind of relied on a reputation, not really knowing them.
Yeah.
So the rundown is Evan, Chris Borer, Mike Battaglia, Tom Macedonio, Chris Silverman, Felipe, Justin Casal, Colleen Moore for the girls, Megan Nardone, Maggie Wynn, Jess McCann, Alexis Carter.
Awesome.
How do you feel about that team?
I like it. It's a good mix, I think. We have a couple of good powerhouse kickers in the guys, and the girls are pretty good, fast. We have some strategic players, which is good, and a
And
couple good kickers, so I'm really excited to see what happens.
what do you foresee your role on the team being?
Well, I like playing shortstop, so hopefully I can do that. But,
Yeah.
I don't know.
This team to
We'll
me
see.
is
I agree. It's kind of like a wild
it's a
card team.
real wild card, and
So-
even a lot of these people
Yeah,
don't really play with each other during the
Right.
regular season.
exactly.
Yeah,
We'll have
there's
to
not
have a
much.
good-
There's not much of a common bond
Mhm.
throughout the team. I mean, there's a couple people like Evan, Megan, and Maggie,
Mhm.
and Justin all play on my Tuesday team, so
Okay.
like they all know each
Okay,
other.
so
But
that's good.
besides that, like it's like, you know, a pretty random hodgepodge, I think.
Yeah.
That's a good.
But they're all
Or-
good players. I
Mhm.
mean, Battaglia's on my team as well.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
so there's a lot of House Targaryen representation there.
That's
But
good.
you know, like I mean, there's some definitely strong players. In
I think that it shows too. Like if you want to become like an elite kickball player, kind of like an oxymoron. But if you really want to take your game to the next level, like you really should be playing both nights. Because that's how you're going to meet more people and really branch out. Because if you're on the same team and you play on the team all the time, you're only going to know the people on your team really well, and you know some of your opponents passing by. But once you branch out to that second night and you become more interwebbed in the fabric, you're going to start to meet more people. And yet, you made a good point. Evan maybe got into that rut of drafting all House Targaryen players. They're all good players, but you have to wonder if he missed out on some players he didn't even know about because he's on only a one-night guy.
Sure, yeah.
So you hear that, Evan? Next season, 2 nights.
But yeah, I think a real strength of this team is their girls. Colleen obviously is
Yeah.
very
Oh, yeah.
good, and Megan Nardone, who plays on my team.
Don't kick it to Megan. She'll catch it.
She's pretty fast. Too. She's good.
Yeah, she's a very strong player. So and you know and Maggie also plays on my team and she's also very good.
And I don't want to blow up Jess McCann's spot, but she is a sneaky good kicker. She will put the ball right behind third base on the line. Like
Yeah.
she's very good at that.
I've
Perfect
seen her
place
do
to
it a
kick it.
bunch of
That's
times
good.
actually.
Yeah, yeah.
I got the
Hopefully not
scouting
against
report on
you.
that one. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, and that's also
that's not a revelation for me.
when you play 2 nights. Also, you also pick up the tendencies of your opponents.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Right.
people definitely have a way of playing, and I kind of know McCann is going to go at that third base line.
Mhm.
But I know Battaglia is going to he's like a line drive singles hitter.
Yeah.
You kind of know what
Yeah,
people
you
are
don't
gonna
have
do.
to. You don't have to play deep on like.
All right, where are we going next now? Should we go to Joanna's team or Marissa's?
Let's go with Joanna.
Yeah.
All right, where's Joanna here? All right, so Joanna has, take it from the girls first, Joanna Levine, Carrie Lippolis, Erin Murphy, Erin Sloan, Megan Musnug, and on the guys, Rich Zappa, Adam Larson, James Zappa, Rob Mentz, Steve Mahalik, the villain, Anthony Giorgiani, and Taylor Hoyt. So, Colleen, I'll ask you this.
Sure.
Thinks there is a little nepotism on this team? Joanna and Rich playing together?
They like playing together. On the
Well,
same
I
team.
was teasing Joanna during the draft. I told her if she didn't draft Rich with her first pick, then I was gonna
She
take
told
her.
me.
So I kind of
She told
goaded
me
her
that,
into
but-
doing it.
Yeah.
They work well together on the same team, though.
I could, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and it's
So-
you know, it's not like Rich is a bad player. So like if
Right.
you take Rich with your first pick, you know, you're gonna be okay.
Right, that's a good pick
Yeah,
anyway.
and it's another benefit of being a captain too. It's like, yeah, you're supposed to pick a super, run the team so you're very even.
Mhm.
But once like Rich, he belongs in the first round.
Yeah.
He's a first
Yeah,
or
he's
second
a
round
really
player.
good
So if Joanna wants to take him higher because she wants to play with her boyfriend, like, well, that's your captain, so you
Right.
you can make that
can do
choice.
You
He's a
reserve
good player
that
too,
right,
so
yeah.
he should go in the first round or two.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking before about like difference makers and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I think Rich is definitely one of them.
Now this
Great.
team is our oldest team in the league. The average age of the
Wow.
player this year is 28 and a half. The
Yeah,
average
I
season
guess
actually
that
is 6.5. This is our 11th season. And the average person has played 6.5. And this team has the villain, Rob Mentz, Adam Larson, Megan Musnug, Mahalik, James Zappa, all on the
Over 30.
over the other side of 30.
The other side.
In kickball, is that a disadvantage? Is there an age?
I don't think so. I mean, obviously, like once you start getting north of like 45, 50, then it's like
Kind of goes a
you
little
see
downhill for
the
you.
you see the
Okay,
serious
Slower.
deterioration. But like Anthony Giorgiani, like he's 40 years old, but he's still in good shape.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not like he's like a decrepit old man. So like I don't think a bunch of guys like being over 30 is really that big a deal. I
Yeah.
mean, they're all still good athletes. Like
Right.
Adam's like a strong player. He's got a really strong arm,
Sure.
and James and Rob Mentz like really impressed me in the July Super League.
Yeah, Rob
He-
Mentz is new to the league.
Yeah, he's an outstanding outfielder. I like I thought he was playing like super shallow on me, so I was like I tried to kick it over his head like 5 different times, and he like got me out every single time. It was infuriating actually.
Right.
But no, he really impressed me with his outfield defense, and he's a solid kicker too.
And with these guys, I'm not saying that you lose anything as you get older. At a certain age, you're going to lose something, but I think even up to 40, you could still be as good as you are when you were, 25 or
Yeah, absolutely.
18.
Yeah, I don't think any of these guys are like past their prime.
No,
or anything like
They're in
that.
their prime.
I gotta say about the villain and Steve, even if they were losing something, they make it up with veteran craft. Can I call it that?
Yeah,
Like these guys, they
craftiness,
know the game inside and out.
They're definitely very savvy.
Yeah, like
It's a good strategy to have,
Steve
too.
knows like if there's 2 outs, he knows where he's got to play on defense, and he knows if he's kicking with a runner on first and 1 out, like he knows what he has to do.
They're very good situational players.
Yeah, like they're very involved in the ins and outs of this game. Like they get it.
Yeah.
And Anthony is pretty good too. Like he even does some other things. Like if you're rounding third base on a home run, he might kind of just stick out a leg for you and try and trick you over. That's a better craft move I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be in the base.
Some might even call it cheating.
So, I don't know, some strategy.
Yeah.
Right. Should we move on to Marissa's?
Sure.
Sure.
All right. Starting with the girls, we have Marissa Peralta, Kara Shermer. Never knew that one. Mo Phelan, Nicole Peralta, Tony Ann Lordy, And on the male side, Will Ferrero, Mario Ciccone, Ken Schroeder, Evan Magdovitz, Nick Martone, Anthony Ferrugia, Kevin Christian. And what jumps up to you about this team?
Once again, there's like a strong common thread through this one.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
quite a few Tequila Mockingbirds on this one.
Yeah.
So I think Marissa kind of went down that same road as.
These are our tequila people. Maritza, Kara, Mo, Nicole, Tony Ann. So all 5 of their girls.
Kevin Christian too. Or
Yeah.
Not in the past, not this past season.
Right.
Yeah.
And then on the guy side, Kevin Christian, Nick Martone, Evan Magdovitz. So 8 of their
All on the Mockingbirds.
8 of their 12 are Mockingbird people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's nice to have a good core to start off from, you know.
Yeah, but then,
I mean, because you know how everybody plays.
yeah,
on
it's a
your
great
team,
point.
so
Like
it's
there
a
is some
it's not
worth
like-
to have playing with
it's not
people
like
that you
it's-
played with before, because you kind of know your positions.
Sure.
Like Marissa is probably comfortable telling Nicole, like, play shortstop,
Right.
play second base. And if you're playing with people you're just meeting, it's kind of like
you
that.
don't want to step on anybody's toes.
Right.
Better communication, like
Yeah.
if you all kind of start from the same group. But
Right.
Yeah.
So you kind of like, and when you have a relationship with these people and you know them, like you don't feel bad, like even yelling at them. When you're like, come on, like
you're close.
step your game up.
Unless
Yeah.
they're friends to them.
Right. But let's talk about Will.
Okay. Will.
Good player.
Yeah, Will's a great player. He's on my Tuesday team as well.
You think he's a game changer?
I do. Like I think his maniacal base running is just
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
puts so much pressure on
Totally.
him.
Yeah.
You know, so
Loves taking bases.
When you have a runner like Will on the base path, like he might go from first to third at you, and then you throw to third, and then the runner on first or whatever goes to second.
Yeah,
It just creates so much havoc when you have a runner like that.
it really does create a ton of chaos on the base pass. So
Yeah. If you have a team that throws it around, like they could really do a lot of damage if they're trying to chase Will. Because when they look left, a runner is going to the right, and just like off.
Get in the-
Against a guy like them, you have to play like really disciplined defense. I think.
Yeah, you just have to say like, just
Mhm.
get it in front of him, or just like whatever, just like let him do his thing, let him run and score a run, and it's only one run, and then we'll just get we'll get the next person out.
Yeah, I mean, occasionally it does, you know, like his aggressiveness does like bite him every once in a while, but
Right.